Hello and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Shawn, and welcome to the podcast. This is a show where we like to talk about comic books in our collection and generally make fun of them because we love comic books, we love superheroes, we love Marvel, DC, whatever, but we also like taking the piss out of it even more.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's basically what our show is. I've been trying to own it down, but it's much more. We like making fun of our comics, but that's what it is. So thanks for being here. I guess as far as any news or updates or anything that's going on that we'd like to talk about, don't have a whole hell of a lot. We just did come from actually comic book shopping.
We did. To
our local place here in town, the Hall of Justice. I actually did some digging in the $3 bins.
So did I.
And I found some stuff that I've been looking for. Actually, took some time to actually sort through it and look for the a few issues. I got some Hulk, stuff that's also good for the show too.
Yeah,
or it might be good for the show. So I got some Hulk. I got some Green Lantern Corps from the mid 80s. I got some Wildcats. We're going to talk about some Wildcats at some point. That should be interesting because that's kind of new to me.
Yeah.
So I don't mind digging into that and seeing how that goes. But yeah, and I know you had your business.
Yeah, I still have my list, as we all know. So going through that, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, today's also right before this. It's going to be the Oscars.
Yeah, not watching that.
I haven't really watched a ton of the movies this year. Normally that's something that you might make time for, but like I haven't, the stuff that like I really want to see, I haven't gotten around to seeing it.
I know, same.
Which is bad or good. It's, depends. I wanted to see The Substance.
Me too.
I still do. I mean, it's not like I can't see it, but I do want to get that in there. And there's a few others, like I noticed that one Kieran Culkin movie that he's nominated for.
Oh, okay, yes.
Like a pain in the ass or pain of. I don't
think it's my pain in the ass, but
pain in the ass. No, it's not a pain. Something about it's a title.
Yeah, it's a title. There's a title for it.
There's a title for it. But yeah, I guess it's a Jesse Eisenberg movie. Like I think he either I don't know if he's in it and he also directed it and also produced it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's one of those low concept dramas,
sure,
or something.
Yeah,
that the Academy loves.
Yeah,
sure. But there's also some interesting other fare that has been up there, like Wicked's nominated for a shit ton of stuff.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that. I have no interest in that though. I have to say.
Well, it's never been my deal.
I'm not a musical theater person, so.
Well, I've never. Yeah, I mean, even Wizard of Oz. Like I appreciate Wizard of Oz, but it's never been like oh my god, I need to indulge myself in all this different stuff. But there's that. There's what else? See, that's the thing. I can barely even really think.
Oh, I don't even know it's like nominated.
A lot of there's that movie Anora.
Oh, I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's another one of those movies. Like it's a drama, coming of age, or I don't even know what it is. It's just a movie about a woman, and I think she's a partier. I don't know.
Sure.
The actress that's in it, she's really good. And people seem to really enjoy it. Okay. So that's my review of the Oscar movies.
Yeah, good job.
But I do want to say, since we're just kind of warming up here, I wanted to point out the movie we watched last night about the monkey.
Oh yes, Link.
This movie Link from 1986. It's about a monkey.
Yeah.
Named Link.
Uh-huh.
But primarily it's about a
monkey.
Okay. So it's about Elizabeth Shue. She is a zoology student in London. And she's like.
And she goes up to Zod.
Terrence Stamp. And he's like, Zod.
Yeah. Zod.
And to be great if there's a monkey called Zod.
That would be great, actually.
Here's the thing for Link, okay?
Yeah.
When a female zoology student is invited to a remote seaside mansion to assist a primatology professor with his experiments involving chimpanzees, dangerous events start to occur involving the intelligent 45-year-old chimp Link I didn't know he was 45.
I knew he was old, but I knew he was an older chimp, but he did not get an age.
Do monkeys live that old?
I know nothing of monkeys, so I could not tell you.
45? So wait, are we gonna be as old as this monkey?
Apparently, yes.
The monkey, he takes a liking to Elizabeth Shue, and he starts staring at her when she's trying to take a bath. And he wants to smoke a cigar. It's a
very odd movie. I'm going to go with that because, like, the tone is kind of all over the place.
Well, the tonality, like, it looks like it's a Doctor Who episode.
Yeah, it does.
Terrence Stamp is playing like this evil, possibly most likely evil guy, evil professor. But then Elizabeth Shue's kind of like in a screwball comedy.
Yeah, like she's trying to be friends with the monkey and she's like
monkey, stop it.
Yeah, and the monkey will do something, and she's like, monkey, and it's not like taking the threat of this monkey seriously.
Yeah, that's like the very end. She's like, oh, this monkey could hurt me. Look,
it takes a while.
I gotta say this from the jump.
Oh no.
If you're working with monkeys of any kind,
nope, no monkeys.
You are in danger.
Yeah, no, I will not. I don't fuck with monkeys.
Ever since I saw Nope, I've been really like affected by monkeys in movies.
Yeah, no, it didn't even take Nope. It literally took that story, hearing about the woman who was like, I'm going to raise a monkey because she's an idiot. And then it ripped literally everything off of her.
Just grabbed.
It just attacked her and it ripped her fucking face off. Because that's what monkeys do. And I have no interest in monkeys.
If Planet of the Apes was real, that would take that shit. Like I've never.
Well, those are highly intelligent talk apes.
No, but I'm saying, even if it's like they just were able to communicate with their brethren without them being assimilated into the talk.
Yeah.
That war, we would be done in like minutes.
Oh, 100%.
Because what are you going to do unless if you could shoot the monkeys in rapid fashion? You know, all it takes is one to just grab apart.
That's the thing. All it takes is one.
Because there's scenes in this movie where this group of college kids or whatever, the Terrence Stamp is like, all right, I'm going to show you that if I talk to this monkey, he'll listen to me.
Yeah.
But if you guys try to do it, he won't listen to you because of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, okay, well, hey, three college bros, why don't you try to get this monkey out of the cage? And it cuts to the scene of the monkey. The monkey is holding on to it's a chimp. It's a full-grown chimp.
Yeah.
Or I don't know how grown it is, but it's a chimp. It's a chimp that could do danger.
Yeah, no.
And he is holding onto the bar of this cage, and these dudes are pulling this monkey.
No,
they're pulling him by the legs. And I'm like, you're going to die. This movie should have been. I know that you could train these monkeys, but no. I refuse.
That's the thing. No.
Back in 1940, 8 sensational heroes united to create the world's very first superhero team, the Justice Society of America. Now, 85 years later, we're gathering podcasters and bloggers from around the globe for a month-long celebration in an event we're calling JS April. Throughout April 2025, join dozens of content creators as they each share their own unique tributes to the original and greatest superhero team, including all-star podcasters and bloggers like
Justice Society presents
the Longbox Crusade podcast,
Campus Comics Cast,
Supergirl Comic Box Commentary,
the Quarter Bin Podcast,
the Bat Pod,
the Earth 2 Podcast,
FW Team Up,
Diana Prince is the new Wonder Woman,
Fanholes Podcast,
Back to the Bins,
Coffee and Comics,
the Huntress Podcast,
*51.blogspot.com,
Justice Society Origins, a part of John Reed's Comics,
DC Special Cast,
Between the Pages blog,
The Outcasters, a Batman and the Outsiders podcast,
A World on Fire and All-Star Squadron podcast,
JLA Stories and Friends,
The Monitor Tapes,
a Crisis on Infinite Earths podcast,
Lords of Order, a DC's Dr. Fate fan podcast,
David M. Gallagher at Medium.com,
JSA in the 90s,
Justice League Legacies,
DC Secret Files podcast,
Mike's Geek World,
Pop Culture Affidavit,
the Source Material Comics podcast,
That Giffen Show,
Worst Collection Ever,
The Fantastic Four.
It all comes back to Superman.
And that's just some of the podcasters and bloggers who'll be joining in the celebration. Get ready for a thrilling month of beloved characters, fascinating insights, and incredible stories. Follow the action on social media with the hashtag JSApril, and visit our website for a complete list of participating podcasters, bloggers, and what they're each covering at fireandwaterpodcast.com/JSApril.
So what are we going to read today?
Well, we're going to finish up our Defenders finally. Our Defenders arc, where we talk about we're talking about the Red Rajah, Ruby of Capistan, Doctor Strange,
etc.
Yes. And this is issue number 45 of the Defenders from March 1977. So we are going to cover the story called "We Must Free the Defenders."
That's right. That is what it's called. We must free the Defenders.
Yes.
But
on the cover here, we've got it says "Divided We Duel," and it's, as we alluded to last issue, is Defender v Defender because the male Defenders, so Hulk, Nightwing, or Nighthawk, and Luke Cage are all have all been subdued by the Red Rajah.
Yes.
The lady faction of the Defenders, your Valkyrie, Red Guardian, and Hellcat, who has decided just to show up and kind of hang out.
Yeah, it really is her just showing the fuck up. Just being like, hello.
I mean, she's known to be a part of this team, in the future, but at the moment she's just like, all right, I'm just gonna show up and just.
Yeah,
because she had a reason to kind of get a hold of Doctor Strange, and she was like, "Oh, well, I guess I'll deal with this now."
Right.
But the cover here, we have Valkyrie hitting Hulk in the chest with her sword.
Okay.
In a way, it looks or doing. There's definitely a strike of something. It's kind of like this explosive strike. It looks like.
Yeah, it's also false advertising.
It is false advertising. I was to say, Valkyrie's sword is called Dragon Fang. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I like that.
She got a cool sword.
Yeah.
And then on the one side, we have Red Guardian facing off against Luke Cage, and Red Guardian is throwing her belt buckle at Luke.
Oh, is that what she's doing?
Yeah, because that's a thing she can do. She can throw her belt buckle.
Why?
Yeah, and she's throwing it at his chest, and there's an explosive pow.
Okay.
And then you also have Hellcat and Nighthawk about to engage with each other. And these pairings actually aren't accurate.
No.
But at least as far as we want to see here in this cover, that's what they're going to do. But yeah, as we pick it up, prepare for battle, my fellow females.
Yeah.
For we must free the Defenders. They are all in Red Rajah's power.
Yeah, I know when I'm walking around, I'm like, hey, fellow females.
Just notice something here. Oh, well, actually, I got something to point out. Right?
Yeah.
Dedicated to Neil, Getty, and Alex of Rush.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
I would like to know.
I would also like to know.
I think maybe the Marvel Wiki has something in there, but Rush 1976 definitely at the height of their powers.
I'm trying to think, what did they have an album that came out that year?
Well, they've had plenty of albums.
No, I know, but a specific album that might have come out that year.
I'm not entirely sure, and I'd have to look it up. I mean, I like Rush, and I know a lot of their music. For some reason, I'm trying to but 2112 comes to my head, but that might be wrong.
Sure.
Anyways, this is so I like this way this is written because Valkyrie is like, we must free the Defenders. I also like this picture, this drawing of her. It's like her kind of hairs over her eyes.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Like it's really groovy portrait of her. And then Hellcat is behind. She's like, oh yeah, and also the population of Manhattan.
Yeah, just all of them.
Just FYI.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to save everybody else, but those three dudes are the most important. So Red Rajah is like, all right, well, I'm going to put you ladies under my spell. And the ladies are like, fuck that. And then he starts a earthquake, which turns out he creates a
golem Doctor Strange.
Yes, I guess that's the best way to put it. A gigantic earthen image of Doctor Strange, but basically golem Doctor Strange.
Golem Doctor Strange, yeah.
And He's acting, and he's kind of rhyming. If you notice this a few times,
it's a little strange.
And what's her face is not impressed. Hellcat's just like, he's spouting gibberish, and he's like, no, he's kind of spitting fire here.
I mean, sort of.
He's like, truth is false and logic lost. Obey the Rajah. He seeks universal peace at any cost.
So he rhymes too. He's like the demon.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's doing an extra, and
nice.
The ladies start attacking here. We have a lot of instances. Well, maybe not one here yet, but I got this thing where I don't know. It's a tree. He's also part tree because he's unleashing these branches on them.
I think it's just kind of whatever he wants.
Of course,
right? Like because he has Doctor Strange magic power.
Yeah, so there's like a tree and there's a stone and like the branches are attacking Red Guardian, and Valkyrie hacks it in half.
Okay.
So the battle is on.
Red Rajah kind of like zaps Red Guardian.
Yeah, he gets her kind of stuck.
Yeah, because I guess he's trying to convert her to.
Yes, he tries to get her under her spell. Hellcat just body checks her,
which is great.
Rajah unleashes what Valkyrie describes as a wave of sheer naked force, which I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, right.
Just a bunch of nudists flashing us.
Yeah, but then they're like, you know what? I think we need to like regroup because this ain't working.
Well, there's literally like giant arcs of energy bolts attacking them. Like it is just blowing up Central Park.
Yeah, basically.
Like that Simon and Garfunkel concert will never get off the ground.
Nope.
But because it is getting blown to bits.
This is the part that like kind of confuses me because they're like, okay, we're going to step back a little bit. And then here comes this group of people. And this woman's like, hey, my professor just kind of like zoned out and just walked out. So all of us kind of followed all these zombie people. And they're like, wow, okay, well, you need to get safe. They never ask, why do you think you were not put under the spell of this? Because obviously there's a bunch of people that weren't. And the question is why? Because they ask it later, but they don't bother talking to these people about
because
it.
I guess these are people who are just too individual. I think that's the idea is that they...
But then Luke Cage wouldn't be zapped. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm just like, okay.
It's inconsistent.
It is very inconsistent.
Because, you got this group of groovy students, but then also Red Guardian has an injury to her arm. So they're like, well, we need to go back to like
we
the
gotta
Sanctorium and like wrap up her arm.
Yeah, because you got some... And she even says it's like, oh, they're not that bad. But they're like, nope, we still have to go.
Was shredded, or it looks like it looks like she got a big piece of rock, maybe like a big laceration or something we can't see.
Right.
But yeah, these folks come here and they're all like our professor just walked off and was being all zombie, and Valkyrie's like, all right, well,
cool,
get out of here,
bye.
You're gonna don't hurt yourself,
right? And so they're like, oh, okay, bye.
I know. I don't know why you're walking towards this. I mean, maybe you should. I mean, if you're trying to help, you're trying to maybe see
it's very possible that that's what they're doing. I mean, they don't ask them any questions, so how would we know?
No, we don't know. And then we have a brief interlude here of Jack Norris from last issue.
Oh, that's right, because he is kind of doing his own little James Bond-esque thing.
Yeah, it's like the French Connection or something
really
here.
Is.
Like he's being chased in a Jaguar, or I think it's his Jaguar.
Yeah, so he's like in a car and then somebody's chasing him. We don't know who, and he's just kind of like driving crazy, trying to get away from these people. And I think a tire is blown at one point.
Well, this is it's confusing to me because so the people in the car are like, all right, we need to stop him. We're gonna. This one guy's, I want to shoot him. He's like, yeah, but you're gonna, if you can't eat him, we need him alive. And he's like, well, let's hope for the best.
Yeah, let's go for a maybe alive.
Let's maybe alive. We tried.
He's
so they shoot
mostly dead.
Well, they shoot him. They shoot his car. They shoot his thing, and he managed to jump out of the car and then falls into a latrine or something.
I don't really know because
does the car fly off a bridge?
Yeah, it looks like it does. So the car looks like it falls off a bridge. He, I don't know, goes in a ditch, a gully, a latrine. I don't know. And then he just sort of like springs over a fence.
I didn't know this guy was like some.
Apparently he is like,
James Bond guy.
He's some sort of like super spy with like, he has a very special set of skills.
Yes.
He is the Liam Neeson of this comic book.
He's pretty much a Liam Neeson guy. It's like, it's just, Valkyrie, you're going to be taken.
Yeah, pretty much. And so he's just like sproing, and then that's the end of that. We don't see him again. Yeah.
So he leaps, and then we jump back to Central Park, and everybody is zombified. The bunch of people are carrying the Hulk.
Yeah, they're carrying, kind of like he's crowd surfing, to be honest. Like he went to the Pearl Jam show, and he went stage diving, and everybody's like, just pass him around.
Yell better. Woo! Watch out for the Hulk.
Play Jeremy.
Hulk wants Jeremy now.
What do you think the Hulk's favorite Pearl Jam song would be?
Ooh,
like would he have one or
good question. I'm trying to think.
I don't even know if he'd have one, to be honest.
I don't know what kind of music. I don't know what kind of music the Hulk would like. So maybe something that's kind of chill.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of think the Hulk might want something that smashes.
But
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're talking a good one, I'm thinking Animal.
Okay.
From Versus.
All right.
Is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That goes hard.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think Animal. I think Animal's his favorite. So Animal is his favorite Pearl Jam song.
All right. We'll go with that one. I like it.
I think it's crazy though that there's just 4 dudes picking up the Hulk.
It's just 4 guys. I mean, I would assume the Hulk weighs at least like 800 pounds.
I don't know if he's 800 pounds, but he's like definitely
huge and muscly and just, I mean,
4 average dudes, I can be able to pick him up. You need at least 8.
I mean, so like when Hulk is in Hulk form, he's at least like 9 feet tall? At least?
I don't know. I probably should look that up. I don't think he's that tall. I mean, he's at least 7 maybe. Because if you see him standing, here he's standing next to all 3 of them.
Well, that's true. I mean, Luke Cage, they could be behind him. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
With the perspective. I never know how big Hulk, I thought he was supposed to be, a gigantic monster, basically.
I don't know. I'd have to look this up.
Yes,
I mean,
we would all have to look this up.
I didn't expect to get the Hulk's to have the Hulk stats ready today.
Well, I asked the really important questions.
Excuse me, how big is the Hulk?
Can somebody please tell me? And also, how does he increase in mass when he becomes the Hulk and then decrease so quickly?
I don't know. Gamma radiation.
Is that putting a lot of strain on Bruce Banner's heart?
I mean, it's definitely doing a lot of things to him.
You would assume.
There's definitely been a lot of, I mean, I don't know if it's the gamma radiation deal is just so like, it's whatever it's needed to be. It's like, well, it doesn't hurt his heart, you see, because it's the Hulk.
Exactly. It's just like, it does whatever we need it to do.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like, well, it's comic books, so I mean,
it's comic
of course.
Books, yeah.
But I do enjoy this spot where Nighthawk and Luke and Hulk are all lined up, and to show his influence over them, Red Rajah goes, "Hey Hulk, your friends are evil. They must be disciplined." And Hulk just stands and just whacks his hands to both sides, and knocks them down. But he doesn't. But he's like, "Oh, you stunned them. That's good."
Yeah.
This reminds me of what he's doing here. Do you know that story about Big E when he first debuted on the main roster?
No.
And he came out. Well, his first match on the main roster, and he came out because he was partnered with Dolph Ziggler and AJ Lee.
Okay.
So they come out, onto the stage, and E is like
flailing
to like, get his warm, like, because he's, because back then he wasn't, dancing or whatever. He was just like a mean guy.
Right.
And he came out, he starts swinging, and he just hits AJ so hard.
Oh no.
Like behind her, like he just kind of thunks her right in the torso, like the chest. No. And she totally no-sells it.
Oh, good.
And he talks about how I was terrified because I thought that was like, oh my man, it's my first time on the first match here, and I'm already like hurting my teammates or whatever.
Was he like, oh my God, when they're off? Obviously, when it's all said and done, was he like, oh my God, I'm so sorry?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
I'm sure he was.
I'm sure he was very apologetic, but at the time, it was just, you can see the video of it. It's pretty funny, but that's what kind of Hulk's doing here. He's kind of like, wow.
That is so funny. You know what else? We did get to, just randomly talking about Big E. He did some sort of like food thing when he was in Toronto.
Yeah, he's all around eating. He's just feeding people tarts.
Yeah, it was honestly, Good time. I think Big E really needs a show on the Food Network.
That'd be a fun thing to produce with him.
I would love that. That'd be so fun.
We're gonna go and eat this. We're gonna find this stuff. I bet there's a lot of good footage they had from that.
100%.
Big E is just a human gem.
Yeah, he really is.
So Hulk does that, and then Rajah's like, "All right, take a bow, Hulk.
Yeah,
you're pretty cool." And it's just this panel of Hulk, like he's kind of frowning, and then he's like, "Ah."
It's very strange because they're like, take a bow, but it's the way it's drawn. Like you could assume that people are still carrying him, and they just like put him closer to the ground.
Well, no, he was standing because he hit the.
No, I know, but it's just like because it's just his head in the panel.
Oh, yeah, right.
Just the way it's drawn.
He flipped him over. It's like,
they're making bow.
Auger that Hulk towards me there.
They're just basically Hulk pallbearers at this point.
Nice.
Hulk bearers.
Hulk surfing.
Ooh, Hulk surfing or Hulk bearers. If you're like, I don't know, like, could Hulk be in coffin flop? like, are people gonna like? Is he gonna fall at the bottom of a coffin and he's gonna roll down a hill naked? That'd be amazing. Actually,
about 75% of them are naked and 1% of them is green.
They ain't got no soul.
And some of them are gamma radiated.
And some
that
of
means
them
you don't
are...
have a soul. Your soul gets gamma radiated away.
Oh, is that what happens?
Yes.
Oh, all right, cool.
But yeah, Hulk would be a great coffin flop.
Oh, it'd be so funny.
Just this giant green, just a bunch of people carrying this gigantic casket, and then just.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, so funny.
So this is where we go back to the Sanctusatorium.
Uh-huh.
And
the ladies are hanging out.
The ladies are having a thing here. Valkyrie's like, why is it that Red Guardian did not fall under Rajah's spell?
Mm-hmm. Besides the fact that you whacked her in the face before, like, she shoved her out of the way.
Yeah. But, and Hellcat's like, maybe because of communism?
Yeah. And they're like, don't say it. Like, she's like, don't say that. We're not going to do that. And then Red Guardian's like, well, maybe, like, we are, it's pounded in our head to be collective and put that first. So, blah, blah, blah.
It says something to the effect of, there are aspects of my country's power structure that I find repulsive.
Welcome to any country.
Right. I'm sure you feel the same about the U.S.
Uh-huh.
But my government's
How much time you got? Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, I can't get behind that.
Hold on. How much time you got? You really want to hear some grievances?
Hang on. Let me turn on this Dennis Miller television program and we'll kind of hash it out right now.
What is it called on Seinfeld where it's like the listing of grievances?
The Festivus?
Festivus.
I'm
saving them up.
Political Festivus.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's go.
No, let's not.
Well, actually, you know what? You're right. Let's not.
Well, let's not. But also, I got a lot to list this year.
So, yeah, my government's emphasis on common good over that of the individual is deeply ingrained in my psyche as much as individualism obviously is in yours.
Mm.
The Rajah advocates collective consciousness. Perhaps this mystic persuasion was able to evoke in me a strong subconscious sympathy for the deceptively logical philosophy.
What?
Yes, exactly. But also, too, I want to point out Red Guardian. So when she was injured, just her arm was shredded.
Okay.
Like her arm, the outfit on her arm. Now they just cut both arms off, and she has like her midriff showing, and they just tied off the outfit. Do you see that?
Yeah, I do. But why did they just they were like, we're out of fabric. We need to cut your costume.
But there's no fabric around her arm. She's just like, you know what? Spring break. Let's go.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Let's go. It's time for this time. Let's get sexy.
You know what that is? That's like when your parents tell you like you can't wear certain things to school, and as soon as you like leave, you get out the front door and you're far enough away, and then you like, hike up your things so your midriff showing like everybody else's, and you go to school. That's what that is.
She's rocking this 1990s midriff Red Guardian shirt.
Yeah, she's gonna go listen to some Gwen Stefani after this, like to some No Doubt. Gwen Stefani had that like itty bitty tiny shirt that she used to wear, and the little the hair thing,
hair things and stuff. She's kind of got like a hair thing going on. Her helmet. She has like her hair sticking out the back of it.
Yeah,
but like her face, like except for her chin, is covered.
Mm-hmm.
And on the top she has a fin. It's a very interesting way that the hair kind of sticks out.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, I mean, I understand that this is comics and, whatever. But I would, if I were a crime fighter, the last thing I would want is my hair flopping around because people can just grab that shit.
Yeah.
You got to put that somewhere where they can't access it.
Well, it's kind of like how, Catwoman,
Catwoman.
She made some adjustments, Yeah,
I mean,
she used to have that big mane, big hair in the 90s. Now she once Ed Brubaker started doing it,
now she's had like a pixie cut ever since.
Yeah, pixie cut, wrap that, tuck that underneath. Nobody's grabbing it.
No, but I mean, like sometimes you'll see like Batgirl's got that like red hair sticking out the back, and I'm like, but grabby grabs.
Yeah. What's all the ladies? Well, even what's her face? Hellcat here has got the same kind of deal.
She does.
So Hellcat figures that I was unaffected because, or they figure that Hellcat was unaffected because of her mind training with Moondragon, and when Enchantress fucked with Barbara Norris,
sure,
and made her into Valkyrie, she said I do not have such affinities into or whatever for groupthink ingrained in my character.
Sure.
So we are good to go.
Yep. All right.
They still understand that Doctor Strange is Red Rajah.
No, this is what's irritating to me about this book, because we, the audience,
we've known for a while.
We've known for a while, but it's supposed to still be a reveal to these characters. And I'm like, why didn't you just hold this information back until now? And then we would all know that it's Doctor Strange. They would be like, oh my God.
That would be interesting. Well, I think you'd have to figure out a way to explain Doctor Strange just completely disappearing. But then I guess you'd have to like delay all that stuff from like the couple issues ago to be like, oh yeah, by the way, he went and looked at this ruby and became, mesmerized.
Or it could be just like, I don't know, somebody could lie about it. Be like, he went crazy and he got sucked into the ruby. I don't know, like make something up for it and then be like, whoa, never mind. It's actually Doctor Strange.
Valkyrie goes and talks with Clea, who's just hanging out. And because she's like, hey, so Doctor Strange is still missing. He's like, well, I've been trying to look for him. And as it turns out, Doctor Strange is Red Rajah.
Yeah.
So we got to do something about this.
Like, da, 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 da.
And now Red Rajah is speaking to his people, and he's about to do something big. He says, behold bliss, attuned to the cosmic calm of the sacred star. Each of you shall exert influence equal to mine, for your brainwaves shall be channeled through me, amplified mystically until all humanity is in complete mental harmony.
Okay.
And then Valkyrie drops on him with her horse.
Yes, and her horse has a name.
Aragon.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Apparently her horse was injured, but is now fine.
Yeah, he's better
because
now.
There's like a little asterisk.
Aragon is he is the TriStar horse. He is a Pegasus.
Oh, he is a Pegasus. He's very cute.
He's very cute. I don't know where she keeps him.
He kind of appears.
Well, he's been convalescing, so I guess he just went to the stables where you keep mystical animals, and you're like, oh, this is a mystical vet, Dr. Druid.
Yeah,
Can you help me with my unicorn?
Yeah,
He's like, I'm not a veterinarian, but I guess.
Guy.
So they show up and they're about to, they're getting the jump on him, but then Red Rajah's like, all right, well, man defenders, attack. And now this is where Luke faces off with Valkyrie. Hellcat faces off against Hulk and Nighthawk and Red Guardian. Okay.
Yep.
The male heroes are like, hey, we're preaching peace. So what's your problem? And they're like, no, you're under the spell. Hulk is just like, stop trying to confuse Hulk. Hulk just wants peace. I think that's why I think if he's going to listen to a Pearl Jam song, and yes, Animal is definitely a song he wants to smash, but I think there's also an argument to be made for Yellow Lead Better.
Okay.
Or maybe Elderly Woman Behind the Counter Store.
I don't know that song.
I seem to recognize your face.
Oh, vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, if you heard it, you know it.
Yeah.
So he just wants peace. He just wants the chill songs.
You know what? Sometimes I feel that.
If you're a Pearl Jam person and you can tell me about chill Pearl Jam songs that the Hulk would like, let me know and I'll tell him.
Let us know.
Attention, the Hulk. Given for the common good, Nighthawk says, to which Red Guardian says, I liked you better as a capitalist.
That's funny.
A lot of ads in this thing. We're trying to pad this out.
Yeah, this one, it's very, very short. It's just kind of like the end.
Yeah, we're trying to get through this here. So as this is happening, Clea shows up in a portal behind him, and she's kind of like, ooh.
Yeah, she just like appears out of fucking nowhere. She's like, ta-da, here I am.
She uses her mystical magics to jump into Red Rajah's brain or something and like show and kind of bring out Doctor Strange.
Yeah, kind of have like a mental off, I guess.
Yeah, they're doing this thing where it's a Doctor Strange, still deeply submerged in the will of the star Capistan has felt the gentle probing of his beloved. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So
nice.
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll go check this out. But the fight keeps going on, and Luke gets hit with the Valkyrie's sword, and he's just like, sweet sister, I'm falling. I did it like that. Red Guardian does something real smart here, because she's like, you know what? I've been hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
I kind of know like what your deals are.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're flying over me, Red Guardian, I'm going to dislodge you from your cape, which also houses your thrusters.
Oh, that's right. He has like a backpack.
Yeah, like his cape also has like or whatever. I don't know. It's like wings. I don't know if it's a cape or if it's some sort of material that allows him to glide and fly around.
Yeah.
So he is able, but Red Guardian is able to like detach him from that, and so he just smacks down into the ground.
Right.
And also, and then Patsy is like escaping the Hulk. She almost says she doesn't. There's a lot of issues with here where she's like, by the way, I'm a cat.
She's bringing it up a lot. She wants to make sure that you don't forget.
You don't forget that her name, the most important part of her name is Cat, not Hell, but Cat.
Cat.
I do like though her saying when Hulk misses her, she's like, "Well, I better get out of the way before I come pulp in boots." So yeah, so the mental off is going on here. I guess that's what we'll call it. Doctor Strange prevails.
Yes, he is no longer under the spell or something.
What I'm trying to understand here is he shoots what I think is the ruby, and he shatters it.
Yeah.
However, and I did kind of speak incorrectly, I think a couple issues ago or last episode or whatever, that the ruby of Capistan or whatever, Capistan, does appear in an issue of a Spider-Man book like much later, like in 2012.
Oh, okay.
And J. Jonah Jameson is affected by it, but he does not become the Red Rajah.
Oh, what happens to him? Does it say?
He's something. He just kind of gets a bunch of people to fight Spider-Man or something.
Nice.
I forgot what it ever was, but that's it for this ruby. But because he's Doctor Strange is destroying it here, I assume, and that does the trick. So everybody comes to just a bunch of angry motherfucking dudes and whatever, just staring at us like, argh,
yeah,
what was I doing here?
Well, I mean, it would be weird. All of a sudden, you're just like in Central Park for like dude, no reason.
I was about to eat a hot dog. Now I'm in Central Park and there's a bunch of rubble.
And I didn't get my hot dog, and now I'm mad.
Now I can't go back and get that hot dog. I'd be like, I'm sorry. Can I have an extra hot dog? I was under the trance of the Red Rajah.
Right.
For some reason, the hot dog guy didn't get
the hot dog guy.
Yeah, the hot dog.
He's still trying to sell a hot dog.
They're all everybody's walking by. It's like, oh man, this would be some great sales.
Nope. They're all under a spell.
Who's like some hot dogs right now?
That's funny.
And then now he's got everybody apologizing to each other. Like, sorry for hitting you hard. And
they're like, yeah, it's all right.
And everybody's like, yeah, I guess that's what happens.
Right.
Because Clea's like, hey, why did you get messed up with this? And he's like, well, I like to fuck around and find out.
That's basically what it breaks down to.
He's like, I
love fucking around and I love finding out.
A practitioner of the mystical arts, my darling, must ever keep his mind open to all paths of enlightenment. On this occasion, that openness made me susceptible to sudden psychic influence, all the more so since the jewel was not seemingly malevolent in his desires.
How is it not malevolent?
Well, he didn't really know. I don't think he knew anything about this ruby.
No, I know, but like it turned him into this guy who was like brainwashing everybody and creating Doctor Strange golems out of the earth.
Well, but not at the moment. I think when he first reached into it,
when he
did
first did. Okay.
Yeah, but then after once
I get you.
Once it took hold of him, it was like, oh yeah, well, go turn yourself into the rock monster. The eater or whatever.
Yes.
So but yeah, basically, like I said, he fucked around.
He found out. Oh yeah.
That's actually kind of like Doctor Strange, that's actually a lot of those mystical guys. They just,
Oh, they fuck around and find out all the time.
They're like, we just got to, I just want to try. I just want to see what's going on over there.
Yeah, I just want to kind of poke this.
And then, the world ends.
Yeah.
Because they just want to see what's going on.
Well, they're just very nosy.
So the last page of this comic, I had to explain to you what this actually said.
Yes, because it does not make any sense.
We'll
at the very top.
Yeah.
So very last page, top panel, basically that stretches across the whole page. It's a word. And it has little drawings in it, and it's like big fat bubble letters. And honestly, it is so hard to read that I did not know what it said.
Yeah, it took me a minute too, but it says epilogue.
It says epilogue.
And it's a scene it's a scene that we're about to see, but it's drawn in big blue.
In very just big fat letters. It's not the best choice.
It's a weird choice.
Yeah, it's a weird choice. I think it just doesn't read very well.
It doesn't change the fact that we're going to read the next panel here. You could just have said epilogue, a couple hours later.
Sure, yeah.
You could have had maybe an extra strip or something here,
Sure.
But no, they decided to go with this. And the defenders are like, yeah, Doctor Strange, you seem kind of bummed out. You're just trying to hypnotize the entirety of Manhattan. You don't seem so hot.
And he's like, guys, it's time for me to tell you, I'm out. No more defenders for me. And that's how it ends.
For though it grieves me, I must do so. I fear I must leave.
Yes.
The defenders.
Yep.
I do like this drawing here, though. It's a very
it's a nice drawing of Doctor Strange. Yes.
It's got a good shade here. I like the way this amulet looks here too.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just how it ends. Next issue, the end of the Defenders ? Exclamation point.
We're gonna assume that doesn't happen.
No, because
we're not gonna read that issue.
No, we're not gonna read that.
It's the end of the arc.
It's the end of this arc, as far as I'm concerned. We're gonna move on to something with, I think, Jack Norris and the Scorpio and Nick Fury.
A very special set of skills, boy.
Yeah, that. So we're not really. I don't know what happens, but I don't know. That's a good question, because I feel like Doctor Strange was a while around. Maybe he comes back to this group and he's around for a little while, because we're getting issue 45. So I'm thinking way ahead to issue 90s. Maybe 40, another 45 issues from now.
Yeah.
And it's a bit more of a different team. Right. But at least for a while longer, Doctor Strange is going to hang out. So don't worry about it.
Okay.
We're going to be all right. The Defenders does go on for quite a long time after this. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's how this ends. That is the Defenders number 45 from March 1977. I don't know. What did you think overall about this Defenders arc that we read?
I really feel that we probably could have ended at Eggman. I don't know if we really needed the whole Jewel part. It was okay. I will say I got a little tired there towards the end. A little tired of the Defenders. I was like, okay, let's get to. And I think the writers did too, because they padded the fuck out of this book. There was many an ad.
Well, many ads, but also just trying to stretch out certain things, for instance, why would the ladies, what's her Red Guardian hurts her arm,
mm-hmm.
and then they just take a nice little break.
Yeah,
I mean, I understand her going to help her, but she doesn't seem like she's that inconvenienced.
No, it's. She even says it's a superficial thing, and they're like, "Oh, nope, you still need help." And
I mean, just go to CVS and get some Bactine or something.
Yeah, she's all right.
Just pour it on her,
Yeah, right.
Pour it out on the street and then go back to doing your thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But we needed to have this whole thing where we're talking about communism, and we got a cat.
Yeah, Harley's trying to shove his face in my way.
Yeah, Harley just wants this episode to wrap up.
Yeah, because he's trying to rub his face on the microphone.
Yeah, he's trying to cause disruption.
Yes, he is.
He's a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's going to do it for this week's episode of worst collection ever. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed our talk about the Defenders. And next week is going to be our regularly scheduled Superman, the animated series,
which we all love.
We all love talking about that. So we're going to have a good time talking about whatever. I can't remember which episode it is. I know it's Lobo.
I think it's the introduction of Lobo. I don't remember if that's a two-parter or not.
It might be. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I think we're talking about Lobo next week. So, and Superman. So that's going to be a good time. So once again, folks, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Bye.